If you've been to the Walt Disney World parks lately, you're one of few, because September was a very, very uncrowded month. And by the way, we predicted that, just as we predicted that August would also have very few people in it. It is a trend that should be concerning, and definitely is to Disney investors. The stock now downgraded over it. Fears that 18 more months of this could be persistent. Folks will tell you what's going on and why October, as of right now, looks even worse. Hello folks, welcome back to the place that explains entertainment, keeps you ahead of the culture curve. We do so with a sparkle in our eye and a joy in our stride. And oh, by the way, although Holly Weird can't stand it, we've got decades left in the can and will continue going on as long as you shall allow. Folks, as we get ready to talk about the emptiness of Disney World and what's causing it, as well as how long it might persist, consider clicking the like button and you can share this video out all across the fruited plains of YouTube. All right, we're coming to you from a studio in somewhere sunny USA, and it's time for the panel to make their way. Let's get started talking about Disney right now. All right, here we go, guys. This is the chart. It's the one. It's out of thrillData.com, and boy, do they love ads, and we love when those ads disappear momentarily, so we'll take it while we can. Oh, it's back. Look at, it's back. All right, well, we only need about a quarter of our screen size to show this off. Oh, me. Thrill Data, sorry for picking on you, but it is what it is. All right, so this is a chart that shows us the wait times across all of Disney World, month after month after month. Each single line in this chart is a different month of the year. And folks, we told you months ago that Disney was on the downfall when it came to the parks, that attendance was dropping. And by the way, attendance is highly correlated to wait times. So by using these wait times, where they take all of the posted wait times that Disney posts publicly and add them together, we can figure out just how crowded the parks might be. Now, we said that September was going to be the the least crowded month since the post-pandemic era at Disney. And as you can see over here, we've got the 2021 year and 2020, when the rides did not operate in the normal way, and they did not allow people to line up in the normal way, and you just have to throw those out. But starting in starting in November of 2021, they got rid of all that. And so ever since, the parks have been operating just about normal. You can see a downward trend. And indeed, September, just as we told you, came out with the lowest we've seen yet, 26 minutes as the average wait time. But boy, oh boy, take a look at October. After 2 days of October, what do we have? It has declined significantly. Now, that will improve over time because we're in the month of Halloween. So that will get better. And I do suspect that October will have higher attendance than September did. But that is not to say that things are dandy at all. Guys, we just saw Disney have their stock downgraded because of the theme parks and a fear that this could go on for 18 months of very lax attendance. We've got Epic Universe coming out. Guys, what do you think about this confirmation that Disney is down when it comes to people wanting to visit the happiest place on Earth?
Well, I mean, I've seen it firsthand. I've been seeing it all month. I was just in Typhoon Lagoon on Sunday, and we got there for we did opening to close, and when I left, I was shocked because as we're leaving, the second parking lot out there, nobody was parked in the second parking lot. Everyone that was there for the entire day was able to park in the first parking lot. There was not
when you say the first and second parking lot, are you talking about nobody was parked up on the hill, or are you talking about just you're including
not even the hill? Not even the hill,
gotcha.
The parking lot below the hill.
Gotcha. Okay, so when you come in, when you enter into the parking lot, you can go left or right. You're saying that all the cars are parked to the right. Got it.
Yep.
So Typhoon Lagoon is rather empty at the moment. Apparently, the Disney parks proper are also very light. And culture, they're coming up against Epic Universe, opening very, very soon now. We are months away from the largest theme park in North America finally being released to the world. How much worse does this get for Disney? And do you think that they might start actually taking down some of the rides in order to increase the wait times? Because that is a possibility. They could have some convenient refurbishments. What say you, Culture?
Well, I actually kind of hope they do. They have a lot of attractions that they've let fall into disrepair because of deferred maintenance, but not for the reasons that they would prefer to have that happen. But they could definitely take some down. I think you're going to lose, and I know this sounds like a big statement, but it really isn't. Disney's going to suffer a 20% drop in market share.
20%. Now, Disney is currently at about 90. They hover between 90, 95, sometimes down in the upper 80s. You're saying that they could suffer a 20%. Now, we're not giving any financial advice, folks. Don't want to be misconstrued as giving financial advice.
No.
But Culture, in your estimation, why will that occur?
Well, with the opening of Epic Universe and the requirement that you have to have a minimum 3-day ticket to attend, you are guaranteeing that people spend nearly half of their vacation week at Universal. Half of their vacation week is considerable. So you will see at least a 20% shift in business because almost everybody's going to want to go to the brand new theme park, and they're not going to want to waste their time or their money to buy a 3-day ticket and not be able to utilize, the rest of the time or the rest of the value of that ticket in the other 2 or 3 or whatever parks. So, because if you consider the water park a hybrid park, it's its own theme park, you certainly wouldn't be, called, silly. So technically they really will have like 4 parks that will appeal to people. And you can only spend one of those days in Epic Universe, from my understanding, Pro, correct me if I'm wrong. But, you would think it'd be even more than 20%, but my estimation is about 20%, not to mention the fact that the hotels that are closer to Universal are going to be rather full.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Well, now, we're not even to the point that Epic Universe is open. Marvin, you were saying you visited Typhoon Lagoon yesterday, I believe you said. Have you been to any of the parks lately?
Yes, I was at Epcot recently as well, for food and wine even, and I was shocked at how few people were there. You were not getting any kind of huge queues forming at all the usual suspects. Canada, over in Mexico for the margarita. We got into La Cava Tequila, in and out. It was there was nothing going on.
You're going to have to explain to folks out there, La Cava Tequila, why that's a big deal, Marvin. Not everybody understands the Mexico Pavilion.
La Cava Tequila is a small hole-in-the-wall bar that used to be the greatest kept secret in Walt Disney World. If you knew it was there, it was the perfect place to get in, out of the heat, into the air conditioning, and get a nice margarita and maybe some chips and guac, sit down at one of maybe like the 5 or 6 tables that they have in there. Yeah. Since the advent of Instagram and, Disney social media influencers.
Internet.
Yep, exactly. La Cava Tequila is now a well-known commodity, and people line up to almost outside the pyramid to get into it. Takes forever to get in there.
Yeah.
So the fact that we were able to just walk in there like it was 2009 again, I mean, I was shocked by that.
So there have been multiple times that I've walked down the pathways, especially at Epcot. There's just nobody there. It's been great for stock footage, but nobody there in the parks on many occasions.
Okay, so I took advantage of the fact nobody wanted to travel after 9/11, and I went to Disney World up to 9 or 10 times, in a given year. I mean, I literally I was basically fearless because I figured this is the most secure you're ever going to be on a plane. So I wasn't worried about that. And I wasn't worried about Disney being a soft target because I knew just how much they'd worked with the intelligence community to secure their parks. And once we got around to, moving into the Fast Pass era and started beta testing, I think that was 2012, 2013, if I'm correct, Pro. Maybe I'm wrong by a couple of years there. But, I took advantage of the fact that it was slow at that point in time as well. I will say that every time that I went when it was the slowest possible opportunity, I had the time of my life. You are looking at crowds right now that are very similar to those points in time. I've never seen it like this empty. And you're right. I mean, October will definitely pick up crowd-wise because they're going to pump people through the everlasting Halloween party that starts earlier and earlier every year and, the other events of the day. But the festivals are usually pumping people into the parks, especially locals on the weekends. And my question is, for anybody who's been there on a weekend recently, are the crowds a weekend crowd Are they a local weekend crowd where you are shoulder to shoulder with people, or is it surprisingly comfortable? Can you
Interesting.
get in and out of places? And according to many people who've visited the parks recently, including Lorena Creole, it's not that hard to do whatever you want to do at a time of the year where, usually Epcot's jammed.
Well,
right
Epcot
now,
is
most
empty.
of the people
Animal
that
Kingdom is empty.
most of the people that I see around me when I'm in the parks now, I hear European accents because they're just pulling folks over. This is the time of year where folks come over from
UK.
Europe, typically for
UK.
a couple weeks at a time.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you guys, now this is going to get us into rumor territory, okay? Because I don't have a way to prove this. I've got to go off what somebody told me. I really, really believe what the person told me, but I can't prove it. So we're in official rumor and speculation territory with this next statement. You guys ever wonder why the parks can be so absolutely empty, but you still struggle to find a reservation at some of the hotels at Disney? Have you guys ever wondered that?
Mm-hmm.
Because they take rooms off.
I wondered it just. Yeah, just last week I was trying to book a room for my soon-to-be wife's birthday weekend, and I was having a hard time finding anything worthwhile.
They take rooms offline, a considerable chunk of them, and they have for quite some time. And ever since the global crisis, they've had a giant chunk of rooms that have been unavailable.
Well, here's what I was told, and I can't prove it. I can just tell you that I was told by somebody, and I believe what they say. But you all take the salt with this one. Guys, I was told that after the pandemic, that the U.S. military is buying up huge swaths of hotel rooms that can be given to military members so that they can stay in those hotel rooms when they're coming down to Florida to be of service in some way. So I don't know, but that's what I'm hearing is that, and maybe there are other organizations as well that have large chunks of hotel rooms that they're reserved, they're sitting there, they're ready to go if their members need them. But I think that's the way they're managing to make those hotel rooms be unavailable and give it sort of the sense of FOMO, where it's like, oh my gosh, well, people say Disney's empty, but I can't even find a room at the Contemporary. It's like, well, those rooms are empty, but somebody is reserving them. And anyway, I was told that it might be the U.S. military. Not sure. Guys, your thoughts on that?
Definitely possible. They're throwing every discount under the book. Right now, no matter who you are, you could have gotten a 30% discount on a room this month. The only thing they have not done, which I'm assuming is like right there on Josh Tomorrow's desk, this big red button in case of emergency, break open glass, is the free dining plan. That's the only thing they haven't done for domestic guests yet. They've done it for European guests. My friends visiting from the UK, they have the free dining plan.
I bet they're waiting on Epic to do that.
Yeah, I'm assuming it is only a matter of time before we get the dining plan for free.
Yeah,
I'm trying to recall. Again, it was right after the global crisis, right after 9/11, right after significant events and the housing collapse and all that, where we actually saw a free dining plan pretty regular. It's usually when there's a downturn in the economy and they're trying to drive traffic to the park. We're going to feed you for free. And look, I mean, I'm sorry, but the free dining plan, especially at a given level, you can't eat all the food, and you usually are taking all the snacks home in the form of like Rice Krispie treats or something, because you just can't spend all. Well, you just can't spend.
I don't have any problem with stuffing zebra domes in every single pocket I have.
Well,
we'll wash it later.
Yeah, sometimes you have to do that in order to get rid of all those snack credits. But look, I'll just say this.
Have you had a zebra dome? Have you had a?
Yes, I have. Are you kidding?
I've never had a zebra dome. What is a zebra dome?
Oh, wait. Okay, so there are two amazing restaurants over at Animal Kingdom Lodge in Kidani Village.
That explains it.
And you need to go over there and eat at that. The buffet is I forget the name of it.
We need we need to send Marvin over for an investigation of Animal Kingdom Lodge. Then Marvin, we're going to have to send him on location to try out.
I personally think at that park place we should start doing restaurant reviews so that I can write.
I can see why you might want that.
Disney food.
Dark chocolate and white chocolate ganache. That's a zebra dome.
It's so good.
Interesting. I've only stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge one time, so I didn't eat there.
Well, you were kicked out. In all honesty,
you need to stay in one of the Savannah View rooms.
I did that, and it was fantastic.
And you need to run down to the quick serve restaurant because they, in their little refrigerator case, they actually have zebra domes.
They've got them. You can request them.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but yeah, sorry, food gets me distracted. Look, like I said, I don't think we're long from room discounts. I don't think we're far away from the packages that include the dining plan. I don't think we're that far away. I think, like I said, the damage is coming soon. Disney is not prepared for what's going to happen in 2025. They're just not. And their short-sightedness, Pro, and their cost management baloney sausage, all in an effort to support their political ideology and agenda, has put them at such a great disadvantage compared to, Comcast Universal, that they should have built a fifth gate. This is a conversation I've been having for almost 20 years now. The fifth gate should have been built already and been waiting for guests. The capacity should already have been there.
I don't think a fifth gate's coming anytime soon.
No.
I think they have, the poor future planning for their parks has been incredible, and it's not stopping. They don't have people there with a vision, and so it's going to be a rough time for Disney. It's going to take a decade to clean up the parks, and that would take someone wanting to clean up the parks and get them on the right track. Currently, there is nobody. They're too busy building 10-story Marriotts in previously pristine areas and filling in the rivers of America. So that's where we are with modern Disney. And it is time to put a bow on it, for this one, folks, is a gift to everybody who wants to know exactly what's going on in the entertainment industry. And we are so joyful that you were there to receive it. We hope that you had a great time. An attitude of gratitude on this channel every single time you decide to spend time with us. As we get ready to say goodbye, we only ask a few simple things. Click that like button, share, subscribe, click it, and stick it to those algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, so waste not yours. And folks, as you get ready to head out that door, do you have a place on social media that you love to share this sort of thing? Hey, you can make this YouTube video sing by putting it out there for your friends, your family, and for those weirdos who just won't leave you alone. Folks, until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.